We on? Oh. We're on? Oh, okay. Well, welcome back to the White Line Podcast. I think this is like episode.
It's gotta be like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
some
I
shit
don't
like
even
that.
know. It's been so long. We've been going through it the past like I don't know, what was it, month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit's been crazy for the boys, but we're back, and today's topic, I want to talk about chasing money versus chasing purpose or pleasure or fulfillment. We'll say that. Because I think some people, their real fulfillment is just the number in their bank account. Like, that is their fulfillment.
Yeah.
And then other people, I think it's the action of getting money, like what they're doing, just happens to bring them money. And then some people also just get the fulfillment of being able to provide for their family with all the money they're getting. So I want to hear your thoughts on that. What is it for you?
Uh, it's a number of things because it's not as simple as just I enjoy getting money. Of course I do. Like part of it is not coming from much and always wanting to get security and shit like that. And part of it is also almost like feeding my ego knowing that I can do something.
Right.
Like for me, I have really not much of a desire to, you know, do typical fuck you money shit. Like I don't desire to have a Ferrari or have a huge fucking house. Like most of the shit that I want is just to like see the number in my bank account or even have it in cash and then maybe like buy a bunch of land and fucking have like goats and shit running around.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's definitely not the pleasure part, that most people at least like it might be my own version of pleasure,
Right.
but I don't think it's like, super vain stuff.
Yeah, I think that's another part I didn't talk about is that people just do it for the external materialistic things that you could get with money.
Yeah.
For me, it's almost, and this is completely just wrong psychology, and I'm very aware of this, and I would like to like sit down one day and figure myself out a little more. I'm kind of bittersweet about making a shit ton of money, and it's a really weird thing, but it's genuinely how I feel. I think the world is a rat race. Like they set you up for this, and you're just chasing money. Like the government just made money. We just made money to be able to like basically control us. You know what I mean? It's paid slavery at the end of the day, and it's like your success in life is based on how much of this thing that they made to control us, how much of it can you get?
That's true.
That's your success in life. I hate that feeling. I hate that like I wake up in the morning, I have free will, and everything I do from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed has to be based around how much money I can obtain. I feel like a fucking rat like that. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get it. I feel like I definitely felt that a lot more when I was working a job. I think, actually working for myself, it became different because it's still running the same race as in like, you gotta make at least, 3-4 thousand just to pay my rent and fucking live.
Right.
But at the same time, if I so like choose to or want to, I have complete free will to not go into a place and not get fired. I get to choose who I work with. Like if I don't want to work with fucking, black people or Jews or white people, I don't have to.
Right.
I don't have to be extra courteous if I want. Like literally, I feel like now my life is almost in my control.
Right. Right.
And I think that that part makes it feel less like a rat race just because I'm setting shit up to where I don't have to be, I guess almost struggling or constantly chasing the ball, like constantly chasing the fucking just like, life. Like I feel like I could just do my own shit. And Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get the feeling like you're chasing shit, or chasing survival, or being controlled by the government.
What is so? I mean, the whole purpose for you is to be in control of your life.
Yeah.
Where does that end though? Like, what is in control of your life? Especially if you're
I
not,
mean,
if you're not like desiring to buy
mhm,
a bunch of crazy shit.
yeah.
Is there gonna be a point where you're just like, I have enough. The money is not worth it anymore. Like the chase of money is not worth it. I'd rather just like do what I want.
I mean, there is that, because the way I'm going about, at least building my wealth and stuff, isn't by, just working like for the till the day I die. Like, I don't want to just work to make 10K. I want maybe to work to get to 100K, and then invest that, and then get 10K every month from it.
Right.
And like, recently I've been getting into stocks, and trying to figure out how I can invest in real estate, and even if it's worth it, because I really don't want to work day in and day out like a fucking dog until the day I die. Like, I want to work, while I'm young and have the energy to,
Right.
where I can fucking like sleep only 3-4 hours a night. But like, after like 35, 40, I want to have like maybe 20 rental properties and just fucking live off that, you know? So I feel like, I guess your question was,
What is the limit? Like where?
yeah,
Is it?
where's the limit? I mean, I guess it's sort of limitless, but at the same time, it's like my limit is just being able to provide for myself, provide for my family, and not have limitations, like within certain reason. Like, of course, if you don't pay your property taxes, you can get your home taken away at
Right.
some point.
Right.
But like, I don't want to have to be confined to like sacrificing my time just to get money. That's the thing that I'm kind of really working on, is just not trading my time to make money. I want to like just have it come.
Right. And it's all perspective because you're saying I will give up the next 15 years of my life
Mm-hmm.
to just chase. And then when you're 35, 40 and you've settled, you could live the rest of your life.
Pretty much.
But then there's other people, which I wouldn't really say this is me necessarily because like I work, like I definitely make attempts to obtain money. Like it's not like I just sit on my ass because I don't want to. I don't want to give 15 years of my youth to enjoy the fruits of my labor when I'm 40 or 50 years old. Do you know what I mean?
That I get, and I think that you could have the best of both worlds. I think it's two things. I think it's moderation, and I also think it just depends on which you actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't enjoy going out at all.
Right.
I don't enjoy really doing much of any fucking thing. Like I enjoy.
At this point, bro, I don't.
Yeah, so
I haven't been out. Yeah.
so like, what else is there? Travel. I mean, if I wanted to, I could.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could throw 2,000 to a trip or whatever, and then do that. But that's not really something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So like, for these next 5 years, until I figure out if there's something that I want to do, all I really can do is just stack, or else I'm just wasting money on clothes and shoes and
You
bullshit.
said something really important. It's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like your perspective shapes your reality so fucking much. Your attitude on making money and what money means to you literally will determine how much money you make. Because if you have the attitude where it's a rat race, I'm not chasing the fucking money, like I'm just gonna do what I want, you're gonna make significantly less money. As if you view it, I enjoy the game of chasing money.
Yeah.
I want to, it's a competition, like I want to see how much I can get. You have to want to do it to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because you might think that you should want to do something, like that's like a lot of people, I revert to this pretty frequently. I've definitely said something similar on a prior pod. in the gym, if you don't want to get in shape, you're probably never going to get in shape. Like, how many mornings can you wake up and dedicate yourself to one thing that you don't want to do until you crash out?
Yeah.
Like, you genuinely want to do it. And that's why, like, we have all this shit. You know, this is why we're filming a fucking podcast. This is something we genuinely want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
I think another thing with that, because that is a really good point about, you know, if you don't want to do something, then you're not really going to get a result from it, right? Mm-hmm. But another thing is, if you were to force yourself to do something, you already know, like, you know, after fucking 30 days or some shit, it becomes a habit.
Right.
And now you get used to it. So if, for instance, right, my girl, she really wants to have this sort of like aesthetic lifestyle, like, you know, have her own apartment and have a little fucking useless dog, one of those.
Yeah, coffee maker.
Yeah. But right now she got a new job and all she's doing is just working, stacking her money just so that next year when the new semester starts, she can make a fucking barter with her dad. Like, hey, the current rent for my apartment now is this amount. I'm gonna pay you $300-$400 more just so that I can get my own place rather than being like this fucking house or whatever it is that she's at. And you know, she, like, it's shit that's important to her. I don't get it. Like, I don't fucking get the dog thing. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm like, you're gonna spend fucking $5,000 on a dog. That's fucking stupid. But it's shit that's important to her, and she doesn't want to work, but she's doing it because she has like a greater, I guess you could call it a purpose for
a motive.
Yeah, a greater motive than I guess money at all. Like, she's not motivated by money. She's just motivated by the outcome that it produces.
Yeah, it's really weird how perspectives, you know, it's literally everything. It's everything. Your perspective, like the way you view relationships. Mm. You know, like if you go into a relationship, like, you know, this is probably not gonna work out.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna work out.
Yeah. This cat's bugging. Yeah.
No, yeah, I think I think the difference between regular sheeple and, like, you know, people that are free thinkers is just like the sheeple people, like they really just are told what to do and they're really okay with it. Like they understand certain concepts, just like, oh, okay, I get a job and work a job so that I can get a place.
We're so indoctrinated that people don't even think there's other options, or they think that the other options are so out of their reach that they don't even have the thought in their fucking brain to do anything different. I just left my job. Mm-hmm. I just did. Like, I'm finally, like, I was building the things I wanted to do while I was working my day job. Fucking cat hair. While I was working my day job, and I finally got to the position where I'm able to leave. I literally told my coworkers that I was moving to Florida because they're so corporate indoctrinated that I had someone tell me this is as good as it gets. And I was like, in my head, I was like, if this is as good as life gets, like, fucking kill me right now, please. Like, because there's no way.
Yeah.
But people, they did such a good job at convincing us. Mm-hmm. It's like a bad relationship.
It's so, like, deep-rooted. Like, it's not even a social thing at this point. It's so far in your family itself that it's fucking scary. Like,
and I had to break that.
Yeah.
You know?
That shit is crazy.
I had to break that, yeah. It's like a bad relationship. You just get very used to getting treated poorly, that when they're feeding you scraps, it feels like you're being treated good.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this job gives me 2 weeks of vacation. Like, that's amazing.
That's fucking crazy.
Like, that's fucking sad. Yeah. Like, you can't leave because you have to be here.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking insane to me, you know?
You have 52 weeks in the year and you get 2 weeks to yourself. You get 2 weeks to really just jerk off.
And people think that's amazing.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of
wow.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
You know? And like, I was thinking about this, to your point, is like, how many people sit there and clap their fucking, clap their hands with shit about, oh, this pays like $21 an hour. You're breaking your back fucking working like a dog for $20 an hour? I made a YouTube video on a separate account, and I was talking about how, like, right now, I currently charge like anywhere from like 100 to 115 an hour. And, you know, that's like a relatively decent rate for somebody in my industry, but there are people fucking charging $600 an hour.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much do you really value yourself and your time?
Yes.
Like, do you think that you're an asset to this world?
And that's why I leave, because I know, I don't feel it. Like, I know I am worth so much more than a fucking rat race 9 to 5. Like, I know for a fact this to be true, because I walk around that place and I'm just like, you guys are all fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Like, everyone here is retarded.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't question anything. My fucking boss is a girl. They're answering to this bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is like it's like a playground, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we even doing here?
Yeah.
And you're doing like bullshit work. You don't even matter. You're just a statistic. And I think that's like honestly where my resentment for chasing money comes from, because I know it on such a deeper level that they're making us chase money. Like, they make it so hard to live, and they give us just enough that we could pay rent, and we just keep going back. And then, like, I see people like freaking out over overtime, and it makes me even more mad, because I'm like, you give them 40 hours a week, and now you're excited to give them more.
Yeah.
Like, people get bricked up. They're like, oh my god, I get to stay at work another 8 hours, time and a half. I'm like, bro,
Fucking
you're
insane,
a fucking
bro.
loser. Like, do something. Like,
Yeah.
do you have any passions? Are you just like their robot, you know? And then you fuck up once, and everything you ever did is out the window, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they'll just fire you.
That shit is really insane. And I never actually thought about that, because I always think about how basically to work a full-time job, you spend like 10 hours plus a day. Like, you spend time getting ready in the morning to go to the place, you spend time driving, you know, like for you, when you first started, you were driving like fucking 45, 50.
Yeah,
like
45, 50. Yep.
Exactly. Every fucking day. There, and then another 50 just to get home. And then like you're left with fucking, not to even mention, like, they say it's an 8-hour day, but it's 9 hours because they don't pay you for your fucking lunch. And it's like, they're just fucking constantly raping you.
And do you know what I think the real control thing is?
What?
They take up the most crucial hours of your day, because they make it literally impossible to achieve anything else while you're stuck there.
Yeah.
And you need the job because living is so difficult.
Yeah.
It's so, like, everything costs a fuck ton of money. Like, I could literally go to Chipotle right now. I get like a steak bowl with guac.
$15.
And like, that's literally an hour of like a minimum wage job.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking, that's not
insane.
okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay. But people will work for that. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah.
Me
neither. Me fucking neither. And like, it's so weird, or it's more so crazy how you don't get your eyes open to it until you finally break away and leave.
Yeah.
Like for me at least, I would watch these YouTube videos of other like photographers and videographers, and like they would be like, yeah, so like here are the starting rates that you should charge by. First you should start at 25, and then you should go up to like 50, and then like 85, and then 100. And I was just like, oh shit, like an hour? And then of course, like, you know, you're not working
Yeah.
Of course you're not working like, you know, 8 hours every single day. You're not getting that rate.
That's the point.
Yeah, exactly, that's the point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I think about all this shit, and I'm like, okay, the big project that I had like 2 months ago, or a month ago actually, $2,000 for fucking flying a drone around for 3 hours. I fucking flew a drone for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Yeah, I spent $175 to get my FAA certification, which I didn't have to do, but I chose to just to protect myself. And I get paid $2,000 to fucking fly a drone
for 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like you said, they take up the most valuable hours of your day because now you're not afforded the opportunity to meet important people, people that can teach you something, people that can connect you to other important people. Every single day that I work with somebody new or that I work with somebody in general, I meet another person that's important, right? I worked with the restaurant today. I met up with the fucking fitness bitches next door, and they were already like, oh wow, this looks great. Like, can you come Saturday to shoot something for us? That's gonna be another like $400, and like it's constantly, it almost frustrates me because you just don't know this shit.
I was going crazy because I knew while it was happening, I was being fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I was way too aware of what was going on, and I felt like no one else had any clue what was actually happening. And they really just take up your time. You literally go to school. 6-hour day. They're easing you into it. Wake up early. The later you get in school, the earlier you wake up. You have school, you have sports, or, if you didn't play a sport, gym. If you didn't do that, you're probably fat, so you have other things to worry about. But either like sports or gym, and that's your whole day when you're young. And then it's like, okay, you're done with high school. You don't really get a chance to think about what you want to do. Go to college. In debt, boom, college, throw you out of college. Now I'm in debt. I have student loans coming in 6 months. I need a job. Job, work. And that's it. You don't get you literally don't get the opportunity to wake up in the morning and just be like, okay, what do I want to do and how can I make money off of this? And right now I'm in the spot where I saved up enough that I'm gonna be okay, while I'm unemployed, which I have a job, but part-time right now, just to keep my head above water, regular expenses, whatever. Right now, I'm really genuinely, I'm not that focused on money. Because I've spent so much time, I don't want to hate money. You know what I gave it so much. Yeah, I don't want to hate money. I don't want to be like, fuck, here we go again. More. No. I need to give my psychology a money break and just be like, okay, do what you want. And then we'll figure out once you're happy and once you're in a good spot and you're doing something that's fulfilling and it's your passion, then we'll figure out how to get the money. Because as a young kid, I never gave myself the opportunity to do that. And now I'm 21 and now now's my time,
Shit.
So that's where I'm at.
That brings up a good point. I'm trying to remember what it was that you said.
Was about the high school, out of college.
It was partially that. There was one part in there also where you said you go right to college and then to work or whatever. Oh, it's this other rat race of this sort of lifestyle that you think you're supposed to have. I've been watching a lot of financial videos recently, and I'm starting to look at things and I'm like, okay, this person is my age or this person is a little older than me. How can I be at that level? And then you kind of see where they're fucking at, and I'm like, okay, you got a car, a nice car, a $40,000 car. You don't fucking own it. You put $3,000 down, and then you're paying a car payment to the bank that owns it. And your home, you put 3% down, which was maybe $30,000. You spent $30,000 on the house, and now you're stuck paying $2,000 a month for 30 years of your life. And a lot of people don't realize that most people don't really have it like that. Most people are borrowing people that have it like that. People are borrowing from the fucking JP fucking Morgan and Bank of America. You're asking them, hey, can you buy this for me and I'll pay you back over the next fucking 30 years. And what brought that to light was you mentioning your student loans. Your student loans may have been $70,000. By the end of the loan term, you're going to be paying $100,000 in fucking student loans, if not more. And that goes for all these other things. you're also getting raped by taxes, right? So when you're an employee or you're working for somebody chasing that dollar, you're automatically getting raped for taxes. And if you don't sign, like if you don't specify to your employer, they'll take out and put shit into your 401k.
Yeah.
They'll fucking do the taxes shit. They'll fucking add shit to different medical expenses and shit like that. Like they just take your money just cause and jerk off with it. And you kind of just turn a blind eye because you're never taught to fucking free think and think for yourself and actually be like, okay, do I want to invest in this or do I want my money to go to this? Why do I not have control over it? Now for myself, I have to actually think about it, which is another step or whatever. But if I make $100,000 and I spend $60,000 living, then I get to write off basically $60,000 and now I'm only taxed for $40,000.
Yeah.
And like that's like the benefit of not just being a business owner but being in control of your shit. You can lie. Like when you get cash tips working valet, you don't fucking report it to the IRS.
Yeah, no.
You can. I mean, you can't hide your money when you're working a job.
Like, yeah, we don't like do like tips like that. We just pocket it and they have no idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, back to like the people selling the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is not fucking real. Like you shouldn't have to be told that. Yeah. It's all a show. Mm-hmm. We should all know that. I think when you're younger, you're like, oh my god, like how? And then you get older and you're like, okay, he's probably fucking capping his ass off. But
it's even with like regular people though. Like my grandma, when she retired, I think she was probably making like $60,000-$70,000 a year, mm-hmm. which after tax is like fucking 40 something.
It's nothing.
Yeah, and before she like right around when she retired, she got a new car, and I was like, oh, this is like really nice. Come to find out, she financed it. I'm like, yeah, like it's just so weird how you think people got it right. You see something and you're like, oh damn, they got a nice car and a nice crib. They didn't actually pay for it,
That's a whole nother rat race in its own. I think, remember though, the same people that created money mm-hmm. and are making you work for it are also the same people whose products you are buying.
Yeah.
That's why I genuinely don't give a fuck. Like I do not give a fuck about materialistic shit.
Yeah.
I don't care at all because I know who I'm feeding and I know who I'm taking away from and I'm taking away from myself. And honestly, when you pump money into these corporate giants, you're also just taking away everything else from the middle class and the normal fucking people.
Yeah.
Because that's the more money they get, the more popular they get, the more promotion they get, the more teenagers see like, oh my god, Balenciaga, even though they're out here fucking kids and a bunch of weird shit, they're all like Satanists. It's just like, it makes me like, the rat race makes me mad. And I think I need to switch my psychology from, it makes me mad, I just want to do what I want, to it makes me mad, I'm going to make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
Just to say fuck them.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I really need to do.
Yeah.
And I need to do some soul searching for that. But like as of right now, I just need to do what I want, and then we'll get to that later.
Yeah. That's currently where I'm at. It's really crazy though, like how the current richest man in the world, at least on paper, is the fucking like luxury dude that owns like Balenciaga or Gucci and all them.
Is he? It's not he on no more?
No, it's him. He owns like fucking all the luxury brands, but like he's the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be the fucking case. Luxury goods. I was just telling my girl about it. I was like, you hear how retarded that is? Like the guy that owns Gucci is the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Should be somebody important.
That's like embarrassing.
Yeah. It really is.
It just shows where we're at as people.
Yeah.
And I hate to be bitter, but like I just it's genuinely how I feel.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't care like about the materialistic shit anymore.
Yeah. I've never been about the materialistic shit too much really. I mean, these are $15 fucking pants. I wear the same exact. I got these shoes for prom.
Yeah, I've had these shoes for like 3 years, bro. They're Jordans, but they're not like a numbered Jordan.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking weird Jordan.
Yeah, but like
This is fake. I don't care.
Yeah, like fucking. I see everybody else, worried about what they're wearing and what kind of car. Like that kind of. I guess the car thing, it can I get it.
I see that, but that's what they want.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
But like the other shit that is really so useless that 99% of people wouldn't even notice or care
Yeah.
about. Like, I don't ever take a double take and look at somebody's outfit. I'm just, like, I walk fucking past you.
And honestly, like, if I see some guy, like, dripped out in Gucci, I'm just like, he's trying way too hard.
Yeah.
You know?
You do all that and still get no pussy.
Yeah.
That's what
like,
automatically what I
I'll pull up
think
in
about.
sweatpants and a wife beater and I'll take your bitch, like, right
Yeah.
now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all a fucking rat race.
Yeah.
But,
It's all fucking cheap shit.
yeah.
I don't like it.
Are you go with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
we could go on for fucking days about it because, like, this is all I think about. It's
Yeah,
just,
this is literally it. This is like
yeah.
every day I wake up.
Yeah, I honestly though, I really feel like I'm not gonna say I'm getting close because there's a lot to go, but I feel like I'm getting really close to just being like broken out of it.
And I hope you make it. Not only because you're my guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do it, I don't know who the fuck can. I'm like like if you fail, I'm be like, we're all fucked. This is it. Like genuinely, and that's like a lot of pressure, but that's genuinely.
No, I honestly, bro, I don't ever have a doubt in my mind that I won't make it.
Yeah.
Like
I don't have
at this point, like I kind of just look at it. And I'm like,
when.
yeah, exactly. Because I think that it's gonna happen soon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just looking back at this year, and I've been kind of almost telling the truth to people, like some of my clients. But I was like, guys, like I started my LLC last year, like right like around now. I started my Instagram last year. I picked up the camera like a year and 3-4 months ago, and I was like, really thinking about it. Okay, I did all that, and I met hundreds and hundreds of people and built up a clientele. And this entire month, I don't know exactly how much I made, maybe like 3,000 or so, whatever it is. I didn't find any of the clients. They all found me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had people DMing me and messaging me and calling me out of the blue, and that is something like really crazy to me. Where it's like, I didn't fucking leave my house to get business. Business came to me in the span of 1 year. And I was just kind of like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And on top of that, thinking back to last year, I started off with like maybe like $700-ish, right? That was my entire savings. I saved up $5,000 to buy a car, another $1,000 to insure it and get it registered initially, and then I've been able to pay $400 a month in insurance and pay for my electricity bill, my phone bill, and my mom's phone bill. I've been able to buy more camera gear. I've been able to save an additional like 5 bands in emergency fund. I've been able to fucking even have the thought of giving to the homeless. Last year I didn't even have the thought.
Yeah, like you literally probably couldn't have,
Yeah.
Well, couldn't have like safely. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And like
Yeah.
now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, like when you as a kid, like you always say you'll do something when you have it. Like it's like, oh, like I'll come pick you up when I have a car, or I'll give to the homeless when I have money. Like I don't have any now, and I'm trying to hold myself accountable to the shit that I said. Where it's like, I said that I would give to people once God decides to give to me, and now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, God is blessing me, and I'm receiving all this stuff. I can't be selfish with it completely.
Yeah.
I have to start to give back to the world.
And it's the psychology of money. I read that book. I need to take its fucking advice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
I don't think I read that one.
Really good book, but I've said this before. Part of the psychology of money is like, that's an abundant mindset to be able to give it away like that. People like, remember I told you, I'll use like women for an example. Remember I told you I was on like 2-man with my boy.
Yeah, I
and
think so.
the girl he was like trying to get with.
Yeah. I
gravitated towards
remember.
me.
Yeah.
I feel like Zacharific right now. Yeah, man. I was just like, whatever. No, I'm kidding. No, on a real note though, like, she like hit me up after it, and I didn't like her fucking friend either. It was just, fuck, Michael Jackson, but you're shedding. I didn't like the friend either, but she hit me up after, and I was like, it's my boy. Like, I'm not selfish with it. You know what I mean? Like, neither of us will have her. That's fine. Like, I'd rather just have my boy be good. You know, like I don't give a fuck. So I got rid of her. You know, that's like the same attitude with money. It's like the more you like, if you're afraid to let it go, you're gonna be afraid to make it. You know, like scared money don't make money.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Damn, that's a really good fucking point. That's a really fucking good point.
But see, like, you're on a roll.
Yeah.
And the momentum that you're gaining, you have the right mindset behind it that you could just, like, I have it, I want to give it away right now. Yeah. Because I know for a fact I'm going to make more. Yeah. And that's the person who makes the most. Yeah. You know?
That's something, I didn't even think about it like that, to be honest. But yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's like, I can give it away because I'm going to make it back. Like, it's all coming to me at this point. Pause. Like, it's just happening. I'm like, why not? Why not give it away?
Why not? Yeah. Fuck it. All right. I think that wraps up the episode. Yes, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time.